You're watching the FHSAA Football Championships this afternoon from Drive Pink Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Class 4S championship game with defending champion Venice taking on undefeated Lakeland. Here's a look at how each team advanced to the final. Lakeland with a 14-7 win over Osceola, defensive slugfest in the state semifinal 2 weeks ago. Venice won a shootout 42-35 over Gainesville Buchholz. Big time talent on both teams today, Jeff. We start with Cormani McLean, one of the premier recruits in the entire country for Lakeland.
And we're glad to see him in uniform. It was a question mark if he was going to be able to go, but I just want to see him run around. He plays corner, and you said it's second best recruit in the United States, and he can do it all.
McLean committed to Miami, and on the other side of the ball for Lakeland, future Georgia Bulldog Tyler Williams.
The numbers are never huge at Lakeland. They always spread the ball around, even between their running backs. But Tyler Williams is special and wouldn't be going to Georgia if he wasn't. I think they throw the ball a little bit more than they usually have been with Plus as their quarterback, but just not the huge numbers. 28 receptions is not a big number for a big-time recruit.
Williams, a transfer in from Winter Haven. And for Venice, two guys on defense that you got to keep your eye on, Damon Wilson and Elliott Washington.
Yeah, big challenge ahead of both of these guys.
Any questions before we get started?
But 8 sacks for Damon Wilson is a nice job in there. 20th best recruit in the United States. He's going to be coming off the edge. He's going to be trying to get pressure on the quarterback, but also stopping the very solid ground game that Lakeland always has in Elliott Washington. A lot of tackles there. He's going to have to be coming up and helping in that run game as well.
Venice coached by John Peacock, now in his 16th season at the helm of this program. Won almost 80% of his games, and really over the course of the last 5 to 6 years, Venice has stepped up to be one of the state's elite programs. Peacock looking for his third state championship this afternoon. And Lakeland is coached by the legend Bill Castle, now in his 46th year on the sideline, 47th season on the sideline for Lakeland. Castle first coached in the state championship game in 1986. 36 years between championship game appearances for the Lakeland legend.
He's been amazing. They just had a couple of different runs, and to see him bring his team back here once again against a good Venice football team, this is going to be a lot of fun for us. But this guy has been able to, we talked about players changing over the years. He's seen so many morphings of different players and how they are today versus the way they were, as you said, in the 80s. 47 years, that is a long time to be there, and he's still, I think he coaches with the same enthusiasm as he always has.
So Lakeland trying to win its first championship since 2018. Venice was here a year ago, won the state's largest classification, Class 8A. Demarius Rucker, Tyler Williams back deep to receive the kickoff from Kirill Kotov. And he boots it into the end zone. Dreadnoughts will start from the 20 with their senior quarterback, Zach Plus, transfer in from Ridge Community, where he put up big numbers over the course of the last 2 seasons. More modest numbers at Lakeland, but as you mentioned, Dreadnoughts spread the ball around.
Yeah, I like the way he came out. I'll tell you, so the entire Lakeland team comes out in their little short T-shirts and cut-off sleeves. Nobody's wearing a helmet. One guy on the entire football team was wearing his football helmet through the entire warm-ups, and it was this guy trying to get his mind right for this game.
First play is a run. Daenerys Johnson into the teeth of the Venice defense. A gain of 3. Here's a look at the Lakeland offense, backs and receivers. Johnson, one of 3 guys who will see a lot of action. Markel Johnson as well. Dadron Zipperer is the top receiving threat. He is a Utah commit. And then on the offensive line, Janoris Wilson headed to play at Oregon. He's a transfer from Lake Gibson. Darian Anderson, the leader of that offensive line at 6'2", 325 pounds. And it's an experienced front with 4 seniors and junior Caleb Stokes at center. Plus wants to put it up. And throwing deep down the near sideline. Intercepted. Elliott Washington has it for Venice. And he steps out of bounds inside the Lakeland 30. Washington, a big-time talent, delivers a big play.
He saw this the entire way. This is just not a good decision to throw this up. You can see how far outside Washington was. He saw it the whole way. Gives Venice a chance at the 27-yard line to get points early in this ball game. Just going for the big hitter early, and it just wasn't there. Should have pulled it down.
Well, Washington with the pick. Great bloodlines for that young man. Dad played basketball at Alabama. Mother was a Division I track athlete. Guy who looks like he could play in college today. So Venice sets up shop inside the Lakeland 30. Throw to the outside is complete. Brooks Bentley finding Keon Sears. Bentley, a senior who moved into the Venice area. Played last year at Gaither, threw 18 touchdowns in the Tampa area. Family moved south. Bentley keeps, has the first down. Bentley with a cut, and Bentley scores for Venice.
Here comes a flag late. Celebration flag most likely. Didn't see what was going on.
We have a touchdown on the play. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct by the offense.
Kotoff on for the PAT. Big leg kicker, it's up and through. Bentley with his 9th rushing touchdown of the season for Venice. Guy whose 2 older brothers both played quarterback in college. And he is well on his way.
Looked pretty easy. At least he made it look easy. Looks to the right, pulls it down, and is able to outrun Lakeland.
Bentley's father, a legendary high school coach. Coached for a long time at Burns in South Carolina, which was one of the country's most tradition-rich programs. Eventually worked his way up to be a college coach, most recently an assistant at USF. He was the passing game coordinator for the Bulls this past season. A guy with football bloodlines. The 15-yard penalty means that Kotoff will kick off from the 25 rather than the 40. Tyler Williams will have a chance at this one from his own 18. Only makes it up to the 29. Outstanding coverage from Venice. Jack Huber and Jordan Joseph. Different offensive setup now for the Dreadnoughts. They hand it to Demarius Rucker. Jet sweep. Rucker put the ball on the ground. Officials will say he was down. Here's a look at the Venice defense. It's a good defensive line. Damon Wilson we profiled in the open. Trenton Kintai, also a guy with multiple Division I offers. He tore his ACL in this state championship game last year. Dominic Wood, the most experienced of the linebacking core. That's almost an entirely new group from what they had a year ago. And then in the secondary, we've already talked about Elliott Washington. Jaquavius Washington at safety is a transfer from Sarasota. Toss to the near side. Rucker about a yard shy of the first down.
Austin, I was asking you about Chris Rainey, and if you remember, but we were out calling Lakeland games many years ago, and number 3, Chris Rainey, just could not be stopped, and it was that play right there. Just toss it to him. The Pouncey brothers, both Mike and Marquise, just came outside, and he was running to the end zone. I mean, every other play he'd run to the end zone just on a toss, just like that. 3rd and 1 here for Lakeland. Make it 3rd and 6, I believe.
I think it's first down.
Make it first down.
Prior to the snap, encroachment by the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
That is Phil Surface leading this Broward County football officials crew. Trenton Kintai commits the penalty. Lakeland's going to put Plus out at wide receiver. Tyler Williams will take the snap, and he'll keep it. A solid game out past the 45.
See if they have anything else in the package for Williams as the Wildcat quarterback.
Bill Castle told us Tyler Williams has been terrific throughout the season, leaving tomorrow to be an early enrollee at the University of Georgia. Plus keeps. Nice hole created by that offensive line. Plus gets some blocking from the wide receivers downfield, and he's got the biggest play of the game so far for Lakeland.
Watch his ball handling. He gets out of there, puts the ball in his left arm, then right, then left. Keeping the ball away from the defense.
"21-yard run by Plus. Come back and run counter with Demarius Rucker. And Jack Huber right there, played that well.
Yes, he did. I mean, he's already made the big play on the kickoff. And right there, that could have been a very big play for Lakeland, but Huber just comes up, 6'2", 170 senior, 102 tackles. There you go. This guy knows how to tackle.
Like the description that we got from John Peacock for Jack Huber. Said he looks like a defensive back, plays like a crash test dummy.
And that's a good thing, right?
I think it's a great thing. For a linebacker, John Peacock said he's been their biggest surprise. On defense, back to the Wildcat package. Tyler Williams lowers a shoulder. Gets down to about the 25, where it'll be 3rd and 3.
Janoris Wilson for Lakeland up front. He's gotten into a couple scrums late one of these times, and it's not going to take very many more to have a flag fly, and I don't know which way it's going to go, but I've seen 77 already a couple of times with some extracurricular activity with another player.
Coming into the game, Tyler Williams only had 9 carries all season. He's already carried it twice in this state championship game. Clearly they think that's something they can take advantage of. Straight ahead run, Markel Johnson. Turn back. Got a yard, and it's going to be 4th and 2. Now you look back the last several years, Venice has played a schedule that's as tough as any team in the state of Florida. Big 4th down coming for Lakeland, and Plus is going to call a timeout.
First charge, timeout for Lakeland.
Venice, a 3-time state champion, twice in the last 5 years. Lakeland won their first title way back in 1986. Again, 36 years between state championship game appearances for Bill Castle. Sustained success over a long period of time, Jeff.
Yeah, there was a while where, I mean, it was only Lakeland around. At least that's the way it felt. And good to see him back here giving his team another shot. At 77 years old, you think about what other guys are doing. He's out there grinding every day.
4th down and 2 out of the timeout. Plus hands to Johnson, and he'll have the first down. First quarter water break comes with 6:16 remaining. Lakeland trying to go 2 for 2 in terms of Polk County schools here in Fort Lauderdale this week. We saw Lake Wales with similar colors to the Dreadnoughts win a state championship yesterday. So 2 Polk County schools make it here to the state finals. Enrollment of 2,034, and there are some of the names you mentioned, Jeff.
Yeah, it was unstoppable. It was just fun to watch every punt return, and like I said, the option and just tossing it straight to Chris Rainey, those big guys out front. They had a whole bunch of good offensive linemen back then.
There's toss to this year's number 3, Demarius Rucker. Doesn't quite get to the corner. Eli Seed had the angle on him. Methodical drive by Lakeland trying to answer the Venice touchdown. 9 plays so far, all of them runs.
You know, the way they are grinding this out, Venice's offense was only on the field for 2 plays, and they can almost get to the end of this quarter before getting back on the field.
There's counter to Demarius Rucker. And tackled just outside the 10, 3rd and short.
The inside counters and blocking schemes that Bill Castle has used for so many years, they're so tough to defend. You don't know which direction they're going to go. The ball, sometimes they'll go I formation, come straight downhill in the old school ISO style, but they get these inside blocks and inside traps that just these smaller backs can just sneak right through.
Larry Jones III comes in as an extra blocker in the backfield for Lakeland. And a terrific tackle by Tyler Lewis, able to knife through and make the tackle shy of the line to gain. Going to be 4th and 1.
Look at him shed that block and get back in the backfield. Another 4th down attempt for Lakeland, but Lewis does a great job getting inside. Only 2:15, but he gets back there quick.
Markel Johnson, again a conversion on 4th down. He chugs inside the 5, and for the second time, number 22 converts on 4th and short. They mark it at the 3. Denoris Johnson is the deep back. They'll go to Markel once again, and the strength to run through the tackler and get into the end zone. Callum Muldoon on for the PAT. Out of the hole to Plus. It is up and through. Well, Lakeland goes 72 yards in 13 plays in a drive that lasted nearly 7 minutes. Lakeland averages almost 200 yards per game on the ground. And all 72 of that drive were running plays. 13 rushes for the Dreadnoughts, including, as Jeff mentioned, those 2 4th down conversions.
Yeah, after that ill-fated first pass of the game that was intercepted, I said they'll get a little more conservative, I would expect. And yeah, no passes on 13 plays. That is a little more conservative, and they just kept pounding.
Let's see if Callum Muldoon kicks it to Elliott Washington. Had 3 kick return touchdowns in 1 game, tied a national record. Kick away from him, it's Keon Sears. Spins his way to the 36-yard line. 26-yard return. Take a look at the Venice school profile. A little bit more than 2,500. Notable alums include Trey Burton, former MLB pitcher Mark Guthrie. Located in Sarasota County, that was an area that was decimated by Hurricane Ian. Venice didn't play between September 23rd and October 14th. John Peacock said they didn't even see the kids for 17 days. A lot of guys were without power for more than 2 weeks. Jamaris Wilder lined up as the Wildcat quarterback and took that snap. Brian McFall lost a helmet.
I think the hurricane went past and a lot of us forgot about it, but the whole West Coast was devastated. To see these guys withstand that and get back here on the field and then excel like this is really something. And I thought I saw Trey Burton on the sideline. I thought I recognized him.
Their first of the half.
John Peacock yelling at his guys to shift. The last thing you want after a timeout is to not line up correctly. Wilder stood up and driven back by Elijah Hardy, Lakeland's outstanding middle linebacker.
Scrapes across the field, and none of them are really big. 6'2", 185. He's 6'1", 225, but they all pitch in and get equal tackles.
Bentley pulls it down and picks up the first, but there are multiple flags down behind the play. This almost certainly is going to be a hold. and there's the confirmation of it.
By the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, third down.
And high school football, unlike in college or professional football, holding is from the spot of the foul. So holding foul occurs 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, which means it's essentially a 15-yard penalty. So Venice in third down and really long, and Bentley is going nowhere. Larry Jones the third hits him on the ground.
16 sacks on the season. He's their number one guy.
Here's Kotov on to punt, and this is off the side of his foot and into the Lakeland bench, and the Dreadnoughts are going to get great field position.
I was watching Kotov kick the ball pregame, and he would hit one, and it was a bomb, and then he would hit one just like that. Very inconsistent drop. Coach Peacock gives him a word or two.
Just an 11-yard punt. And so the Dreadnoughts start from the 35, and they work from the shotgun. Johnson with a straight-ahead run. Once again, Jack Huber there to make the play for Venice. He has been active here in the first quarter.
Talk about morphing and evolving, and watching Bill Castle's offenses over the years. They've always had this kind of a special look where you fake the dive and then you throw the ball to the slot route or some different things. Getting to 3 wide receivers in shotgun is a big evolution for Coach Castle.
Good burst that time from Johnson as he takes it to the 28. Bill Castle, head coach, also calls the plays for this offense. Lakeland 0 for 2 on third down, but they're 2 for 2 on fourth down. Here it's 3rd and 3. Johnson hit right at the line, and he's going to be short. So another 4th and short situation for Lakeland. Markel Johnson had both 4th down conversions on the last drive. He's got it again, and he's got another first down. And they've each carried it 5 times so far in the first quarter. Here's Denoris Johnson with his 6th carry. Cuts it to the inside and is spun down at the 16.
In Austin, when we were highlighting Tyler Williams, one of the best players in all the country, he only has 399 yards through the air and 6 touchdowns, and that's kind of what I was talking about. They just spread the wealth to so many players that nobody really has those gaudy statistics.
That is the end of the first quarter.
But they just do such a good job of giving everybody the ball. It's hard to stop.
Lakeland runs 20 plays in that first quarter. 19 runs, and the 1 interception thrown by Plus. And after 1 here in Fort Lauderdale, Dreadnoughts and Indians deadlocked at 7 in the 4S title game. Lakeland really controlling it on offense, and a program that has sustained success, as we talked about, over a long period of time. 30 consecutive playoff appearances.
Austin, if Venice does not come out and convert and do something, I do not see Lakeland putting the ball up in the air other than this one right now. There's no reason. I was about to say they will not throw another pass the rest of the game because there's no reason to throw a pass. Now they make third down a little bit more difficult. That was not an open throw. Another incompletion for Plus, but no reason to throw it when you're moving the ball the way they are.
So 3rd down and 4. Markel Johnson. And he's going to go, well, it doesn't go down initially, but eventually is ushered toward the sideline. Jack Huber again knifing through and making the play.
Lost at least 3 on the play. I thought maybe after I was saying they're never going to throw another pass, that one would have looked good. A little slant route to Tyler Williams would have looked really good against that defense. Instead, they lose 4 on the run.
And it'll be a field goal attempt. 6 tackles already for Jack Huber. They put the ball down at the 21, so it's going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt for Muldoon. And just his 2nd attempt of the year.
And you can see why it's only a 2nd attempt, because they go for it on 4th down. They probably have been doing that exact thing all season long.
Muldoon's kick drifts and misses wide left. First miss of the year for the sophomore kicker, and the Venice defense makes a stand. Jamaris Wilder, sophomore, will split time with Alvin Johnson. Keon Sears with 8 touchdown receptions, and Finn Jones, certainly a threat in the passing game. Up front, it's an entirely new offensive line. Anthony Tanica at right tackle's made great improvements. The best offensive lineman is the right guard, Matthew Peevely. Bentley keeps and gains 3. Barely seen this Venice offense with how much Lakeland has controlled the ball so far.
Yeah, don't even know the feel of what they want to do offensively.
Prior to the snap,
Lakeland in the neutral zone. We'll show you the Dreadnoughts defense.
Remains second down.
Larry Jones the third, and 20 Division I offers. Heat athleticism, good basketball player. And then Cormani McLean in the secondary. We profiled him as that pass falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Keon Sears. So here's that Lakeland secondary. McLean, top-ranked senior prospect in the state, committed to Miami. Shadarian Harrison, the other corner, is committed to play at Pittsburgh. 3rd down and 2. First carry for Alvin Johnson. And it's a 3rd down conversion as he chugs up to the 33.
Just what the doctor ordered for Venice. They needed to stay on the field with their offense. See if they feel good now, feel a little more comfortable with after getting that first down to open it up a little bit.
Johnson actually has more carries than Jamaris Wilder. As the junior has a gain of 3. Johnson was productive last year, had nearly 100 carries, 10 touchdowns as a sophomore. He's more of a slasher than Wilder.
Yeah, 60 more carries on the year. That'll get guys to go off sides as well. Those are great technical concepts.
Prior to the snap, encroachment by the defense. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Got another offsides. Those are really good things that you do in practice to get ready for that.
Back to the ground with Johnson. The challenging schedule that Venice played. Lost their opener against Miami Northwestern, beat Naples by a point, then a loss to St. Francis Academy out of Baltimore. Then they beat Seminole, who was regarded as the top team in 4M most of the season. But then that long break. The run by Alvin Johnson, and a face mask, I believe, is coming against Larry Jones.
The face mask, and it looks like the referee's kind of talking about the shoulder. That's a shoulder pad. But you know what? The rule is written that is horse collar.
Face mask by the defense.
If you tackle somebody from that, they're going to call it a horse tackle. Horse collar tackle, not a horse tackle.
Bentley fakes inside and gets to the 38-yard line.
Peacock wants a horse collar tackle on that one.
The official was reaching for his flag and then put it back in his pocket.
Here they are back up on the ball quickly.
Now this offense plays at an incredibly fast pace. And it's giving Lakeland some trouble right now.
Snap, encroachment by the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
It has definitely worked 3 times so far.
So a first down at the Lakeland 33. Bentley is planted by Larry Jones. Couple negative plays and penalties against Jones earlier on the drive, but he comes through with his 17th sack right there.
Yeah, I don't think he liked that call a couple of plays ago. Center to block that guy who's outside of the guard, and it's just an impossible ask. So that wasn't a missed block by the offensive lineman, just so everybody knows. That was a scheme, and it's a poor scheme for the offensive line to try to execute because it's impossible against a guy like Jones.
3rd down and 12 for the Indians.
They split their big tight end, 6'6" guy going to Florida Atlantic, Finn Jones. Now he comes back and crosses the entire formation from the far side of the field. Wow. I guess they changed up their idea of what they wanted to do on this one.
Play clock under 5. Bentley gets it snapped and he'll run. Throws it late and it's caught by Sears. Sears spins his way inside the 10 and finally goes down at the 4. How about that play by Brooks Bentley?
Bentley and Sears. Sears finished that thing off in a spectacular way. Bentley was carrying the ball around the edge and decided, I can't get there. There's no way I'm getting there. And then watch Sears keep going and then ducks under the last one.
And Venice scores. Alvin Johnson takes it in for the touchdown.
So long. But the Indians have the lead.
Venice goes 80 yards in 11 plays.
In store for another great football game. We've been treated to some high quality close contests.
So Venice gets a stop with Lakeland looking like they're going to go up 14-7, marching down the field. Dreadnoughts miss a field goal, and Venice goes 80 yards to jump back in front. 7.5 to go in the second quarter.
Big task ahead of them here. The Venice Indians are up for the challenge.
Blues throws to the outside. That pass is caught by Joel Velasquez. Markel Johnson, the fullback, plunges forward. He's got a first down.
That is a Bill Castle staple right there. I formation backs, slot receivers. They used to run option out of that, toss the ball into it. A couple of different things, but that is what they've been doing for probably all of those 47 years. If it works, why change it, right?
21 rushes so far for Lakeland. They've got 96 yards on the ground. Demarius Rucker is spun around and dropped at the 35. Colin Adkins there defensively. Defensive line is the strength for this Venice team. Damon Wilson, Kintai, Colin Adkins, and Tyler Lewis up front.
All four seniors.
Damon Wilson, number 11, been fairly quiet so far. He's at the right defensive end spot as Plouffe slings it to the outside, too tall. Trying to finish what would be their 7th perfect season under coach Bill Castle. You see, they've had some decisive victories in championship games. The memorable one with St. Thomas Aquinas back in 2006, 45-42, double overtime thriller down in Miami. And then the game in 2018 was a huge upset. St. Thomas Aquinas was ranked in the top 5 in the country. Some people thought they were the best team in the country. Lakeland ran all over them in that 18 title game.
By almost 2 touchdowns, yeah.
DeMarcus Bowman was a monster in that 2018 title game. Ran all over Aquinas. 3rd down and 7. Plouffe just gets rid of it in time before Damon Wilson hit him.
And watch him feel this pressure. Sees it. You could even see his head move. He saw it out of the corner of his eye, got rid of it, picked up the first down. Plouffe is now getting opportunities to throw the ball out there.
Whistle stopped the play.
Wants to switch out the football. I think it's just a football switch.
They're ushering a player off. That's Devin Voss.
It doesn't look like he's getting his helmet worked on, or you would think there's some sort of equipment issue or something, but nobody's paying attention to him on the sideline as far as trying to fix anything. I don't know what the problem was.
Plouffe on target there. Good delivery. And the catch made by Dadrin Zipperer. His older brother, Keon, was on that 2018 title team. Went to Florida out of high school. Played this past season at UCF.
Utah's a great choice. Salt Lake City, I went to school just north of that area.
It's rare that we see a Florida player head to a program that far west. We don't see a whole lot of Pac-12 players from the Sunshine State, but Adrian Zipper will play for Kyle Whittingham, one of the nation's top coaches. First down from the Venice 43. Delayed give to Rucker with a flag down. Rucker's got a first down. Tackled from behind as he goes out of bounds at the 24. So it's a 19-yard gain, but we'll check the flag.
Illegal shift by the offense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
So moving back to the 48 for Plouffe and the Dreadnought offense. Coming up on 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Wilson pressuring Plouffe, and there is Tyler Lewis. The two defensive ends meet at the quarterback, and they sack him back at the 43. Plouffe pressured again, and down he goes. Damon Wilson off the edge, got there that time.
Finally gets a chance to make his mark. The special player with 82 tackles on the year and 8 sacks gets to the quarterback, and this game has changed.
John Peacock told us Alabama and Georgia think Damon Wilson is the best rush end in the country. Top 20 senior recruit nationally. The give is to Rucker, and he takes it up to midfield.
In this game, you want to go out there with all kinds of enthusiasm for getting after it.
Tyler Williams on to punt for Lakeland. Keon Sears is back deep. And he'll let it bounce. And it's a great bounce for Lakeland. Rolls down inside the 5. 45-yard punt by Tyler Williams. Wilson, one of 4 seniors that have Division I offers. Elliott Washington, who had the interception on the second play of the game, is committed to Penn State.
During personal foul, face by the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
I wonder what you could possibly be discussing when it was a 15-yard penalty. Why it wasn't just marched off?
You think maybe they had the option to take the ball after the kick, so they could have moved it from the 5 to the 20, but even then, I think you'd want to make Lakeland kick it again.
I don't think you have that option. I don't know. That would sound odd to me.
Otherwise, it's a no-brainer. Williams kicks it again. Sears on the run. Makes the catch at the 26. Makes the first man miss. Lakeland really trying to strip that football away. Sears holding it strong. From the 33, Bentley wants a screen, and it's through the hands of Wilder.
Couple of defenders there. Dreadnoughts in there on the defense.
Bentley on the run, throws long, and that one is incomplete and nearly intercepted. Cormani McLean was tracking it all the way.
Yeah, he's going to hate himself for dropping that. He saw it the whole way. We said that he might not actually make it to start today because he's a little bit injured, but he saw this, got 2 hands on it, not able to pull it in. See how it gets knocked out. Just lost it right away.
It's a good play by Sears to prevent the interception. McLean was getting some reps on offense earlier in the week and hurt his shoulder on Wednesday. Bill Castle said he was questionable to play. Great to see him out there. Bentley on the run, flips it forward, and it's incomplete. Ryan Matulovic targeted for the first time. Sophomore couldn't squeeze it, and Venice goes 3 and out. He let it go. This one is better. Doesn't get much of a bounce. So Lakeland with more than 2 minutes remaining, gets it back at the 42.
Yeah, that is not what Venice wanted to do with the ball, but you can imagine they almost had it at their own 5-yard line. They definitely want to take time off the clock there.
You think about the way that could have played out. Venice up 14-7. If they can sustain and get any kind of score, they get the ball first in the third quarter. The potential to dramatically alter the scope of the game. Instead, Lakeland gets a 3-and-out with no time coming off the clock. And the Dreadnoughts a chance to potentially tie it up before halftime. Plus, well protected. That incomplete, and a flag comes in. Joel Velasquez was the target, and a hit up high by Jaquavius Washington.
Well, Washington launches himself horizontally, basically like a dive at the receiver. So this is a receiver that cannot protect himself.
By the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
With 1:18 remaining.
Players sometimes don't realize that defender is in just as much risk of hurting himself in the head and neck area by doing that dive as he is going to hurt the guy he's trying to hit.
Blues finds Tyler Williams on the outside. How about those two going at it? Tyler Williams, future Georgia Bulldog, Elliott Washington going to Penn State. Two of the best in the country at their respective positions matched up.
I want to see him throw it up one more time and just have a one-on-one. That first pass of the game, it really was. It was not good from the beginning. He didn't get it. It didn't come off of his hand very well, so it hung up in the air. I want to see those two at the top of the screen just battle it out. Go routes and slants and see who can win it.
Option with a pitch to Denoris Johnson. Got a block on the edge and goes out of bounds just shy of the 20.
That was fantastic block outside. I think that was Palmer. Gets two guys. No, it's 85. I'm sorry. I thought it was 15. 85 does it. That's Mixon. Look him take two guys out. Great blocking.
Lakeland back to the ground. Huber yet another tackle as Johnson slips, and Lakeland burns the timeout with 58 seconds to go. Polk County falls within the Bay Area, and they've got the most state championships of any Bay Area programs. Manatee and Plant, both very proud programs with a lot of tradition. We haven't seen either on the state championship stage in the last several years. Lakeland remains at the top. Lakeland one timeout left, 58 seconds to go. Plus to the sideline. Big cushion given by Elliott Washington. And another easy catch for Tyler Williams.
Yeah, that's the one-on-one matchup. So up at the top, they got an extra guy over their receivers. On the other side, singled up with Tyler Williams. It's just one-on-one. Run the little out route. Accurate throw. Pick up a first down. Goal to go from exactly the 10-yard line. So here they're going to get the same look. They put the slot to the bottom, and now by that short release, he can go inside or outside. They go option right.
Plus with a flag down, he is at the 1.
Going to come back.
Personal foul against Lakeland.
Personal foul, illegal contact to the helmet by the offense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
I'll be honest with you, Austin. I'm not that familiar with that call. Illegal contact to the helmet. But it really puts him in a tough situation at the 24-yard line.
They wind the clock and go wildcat with Tyler Williams. He's trying to get to the sideline. Lakeland with just one timeout, and he doesn't get out of bounds. 35 seconds to go. Bill Castle burns his final timeout, and the clock reads 30 seconds.
Third and final charge timeout, Lakeland.
I call that a very curious or interesting call.
And Lakeland is out of timeout. So if they get tackled in bounds, have a hard time getting another playoff. Plus with play action, throwing it up to the end zone, and it's incomplete with a flag down.
That's the matchup I wanted to see. Actually, not the same guys we were talking about, but the one-on-ones, let's see what these guys can do. It looks like he's cramping.
By the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Replays, second down.
You know, it almost could have been called offensive. You saw that late push right there. But when a defender has no idea that the football's coming and he's impeding the receiver from getting to the ball, they're going to call it pass interference every time.
Dadron Zipperer was the intended receiver. Tyler Williams helps him to his feet. Zipperer, another guy who was dealing with injuries this week, hurt his knee on Wednesday. He's been banged up throughout the playoffs. You know, just about all of these teams, except for Lakeland, said they loved the extra week of rest. They got a chance to get some guys healthy. Lakeland got a couple of guys hurt in practice this week. Bill Castle said the extra week of rest hurt them. Second down and goal from the 11. Plus flips it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Jaron Dennis is pleading his case that he had it. The official took a long look and then said it was incomplete.
It looked like it took him a long time to come back and turn around. I think he caught it, and then the ball was up in the air. Let's just take a look. See if he initially catches it, but the ball moves and goes up towards his chest right there. I don't think he has the ball. I don't think he actually had possession of the ball after the initial catch when he thought he was foot was down.
There's going to be a flag. Lakeland did not get the playoff in time.
Prior to the snap, delay of game by the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
So 20 seconds left. It's third down.
They have to get, it's goal to go. All of this has been goal to go. They got to throw it into the end zone.
Plus is going to run it. He's going to get tackled at the 8, and the clock is going to run. Bill Castle wants him to spike it. You can't do that. It's fourth down.
They need to run a play. They're gonna make a mistake here, I think.
Plus
there you go.
Gets
Smart
the snap
quarterback.
off, throws wide open, caught for a touchdown. Omari Mixon, the tight end, was uncovered. And on the final play of the first half, the Dreadnoughts get into the end zone.
Good for Zach Plus, the quarterback. We think he's going to slam the ball to the ground. Instead, he throws to a wide open receiver. They're not set at all. Not prepared for that fourth down, and he's wide open.
Exciting end of the first half. Lakeland and Venice all locked up at 14. Jeff and I will step aside during the halftime break. We'll be back with you at the start of the third quarter here in Fort Lauderdale.
Venice got that early interception and touchdown. Lakeland just drove the football. It was like, I don't know if Venice can stop these guys today. And obviously they did and took a 14-7 lead as well. But entertaining game, 14-14. Can't ask for much more than that.
Headlined, of course, by Cormani McClain, who is the state's top-ranked senior prospect. He is committed to play at Miami. Tyler Williams expected to early enroll at Georgia. And a host of others that are going to play at big-time programs.
Was just told that a couple of Georgia coaches are here trying to secure Damon Wilson, the defensive lineman from Venice. But you see Tyler Williams there, already committed there as well. But it's a big weekend in recruiting all across the country. Basically 11 guys. I mean, it's outrageous, the talent down there. I love to go down on the field before the games and just size these guys up. And I think there's a equivalence. The older I get, the more impressive these young guys look.
Yeah, I saw Cormani McClain working out his left shoulder. That was the shoulder he injured as they were giving him some reps on offense earlier this week. To your point, Lakeland, 12 guys, 12 seniors in the top 300. And again, you always have to be aware of Elliott Washington, number 0, deepest of the players for the Indians. And Muldoon's kickoff. Washington thought someone else was going to get it. He goes back inside his own 10. It's Alvin Johnson that gets the first series at running back. And he got 2 before he was swarmed by Roe Hardy. Hardy is an impressive looking kid in the middle of that Lakeland defense. Bentley keeps. Didn't get much. R.J. Kelly right there for Lakeland. Arkansas State commit. Hardy there as well.
I think you let him throw it or give it to a running back.
Bentley.
Oh.
Another face mask penalty is going to come against Lakeland as Bentley is sacked. And what would have been a drive-ending play is going to result in a Venice first down.
Yeah, 15-yarder this
one. Face mask against the defense.
Like you said, they could have gotten off the field there. Instead, first down.
9 penalties, 85 yards. Johnson into the short side with another flag down. This might be another face mask penalty.
Flag came in from a long distance.
Personal foul, face mask against the defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run.
That erased about a 25-yard run. Johnson off the right side. Hardy there once again. He is at the center of just about every run play that Venice has tried. That's now 6 tackles for Roe Hardy. Johnson finds some space. Nice hole created by the offensive line, and Johnson has a first down. That was Johnson's 10th carry. He's got 28 yards. Bentley on a design run. Stood up and driven back. That was Chavon Hibbert, who also is a starter on the Lakeland offensive line. Play clock down under 5. And Venice will take a timeout.
Wow. Lakeland able to hold their water.
First charge timeout for Venice.
Venice located in the southwestern part of the state, Sarasota County. Indians the only team from Sarasota County to reach a title game since 2005. 3rd down and 8 out of the timeout.
6'6" tight end in the slot. Are they ever going to throw him the ball?
Bentley didn't like the initial read, and Larry Jones has his 2nd sack. Bentley, decent protection, and he throws it short of Keon Sears. Well, Lakeland gives Venice 30 yards with the 2 face mask penalties, but the Dreadnought defense keeps the Indians off the scoreboard.
Is Lakeland going to be a passing team or a running team in this second half? Here they go, conservative look.
It's Demarius Rucker who puts the ball on the ground, and it's recovered by Venice. Jaquavius Washington comes out of there with the football for the Indians, who have their 2nd takeaway.
Unbelievable. And now your defense, who's been on the field for quite some time to open the second half, goes right back on the field. Eli Seed knocks this ball out of there. Here's a new look for Venice's offense.
Jamaris Wilder as part of their Wildcat package, thrown back by Relaja Hardy.
Hardy, wow. Talk about not a huge package. He's 6'1". That's not too small, I guess.
Matthew Peevely, Venice's top offensive lineman that had a chance to block Hardy and potentially spring that run. Bentley trying to flare it out. Wilder wasn't even looking for the ball as it was batted down.
And you need both hands. He's able to get his left arm free to knock that down.
They're going to run it on 3rd down and 9. Wilder spun down just inside the 30.
You know they're going from 4th and 3 from here. Trying to get him to jump off sides again.
Bentley trying to handle Wilder, but flags are down.
Called it offsides.
Prior to the snap, encroachment by the offense, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Well, 4th down and 8 for Venice. Can the offensive line give Bentley enough time to try to make a throw down the field? Bentley looking to escape pretty early, and he is swarmed at the 37. Lakeland gives the ball back to Venice, and their defense stands tall. 4 sacks for that Lakeland defense. Feels like the script has flipped a little bit from what we saw in the first quarter when Venice didn't have it very much. Lakeland trying to become the 6th team to finish as an undefeated state champion.
We'll see if they made any adjustments to their offensive scheme.
They spread it out and run with Daenerys Johnson. We've seen Lakeland mix it up offensively. Dreadnoughts have been in a lot of different formations. Blues keeps. And he's going to be close to the first down. Jack Huber has had a phenomenal game defensively for Venice. He was the one who wrapped up Plus.
Only picked up about a yard. And yeah, Huber has really stood out in multiple ways in that half. He's, again, not a big kid at all. 6'2", 170. He's a senior, but 102 tackles. He is not afraid. And he just made a really nice open field tackle on the quarterback there to bring up 3rd and short.
9 tackles in the game so far for senior Jack Huber. 3rd down and 1. Not a surprise. Lakeland goes with Markel Johnson. He has been their preferred choice in 3rd and 4th and short situations, and Johnson plunges ahead to move the chains.
Yep, fullback dive to the right. Usually when you can run the ball in the first half successfully, which is what they did, you can come back in the second half and really dominate.
Plus off play action, able to escape Damon Wilson, and has a wide open receiver. It's Mixon once again. He had the touchdown catch in the first half, and he rumbles down inside the 20.
Well, give Zach Plus all the credit for this play. Gets out of the grasp of one of the best defensive linemen in the nation.
Elliott Washington was the player down for Venice. He was to his feet fairly quickly, appears to be okay.
Well, he's hurting.
He's going to walk to the sideline.
Yeah, they need him back on the field, and he's not feeling too good.
Washington committed to Penn State. It's about 5 guys that we've seen this weekend that are headed to play for James Franklin at Penn State. Nittany Lions doing a great job recruiting in the Sunshine State. Ball at the 18 as Daenerys Johnson couldn't find any space. Damon Wilson and Tyler Lewis in the backfield, and it's a loss of 1. Plus out to the edge as he fires complete. Good catch by Dadron Zipperer. A yard shy of the first down. They'll mark him at the 9.
They get into the I formation and just hand it to that fullback.
Bring on Larry Jones as an extra blocker. Markel Johnson once again converts in short yardage, and Lakeland will have 1st and goal. Larry Jones stays in there as an extra blocker. It'll be Plus off the left side. Stretches out and scores.
They go shotgun with the tight formation. Quarterback keeps it, and Plus is really starting to add to his resume for player of the game. Things that he's done, especially the heady play right before halftime. They got the touchdown.
Low snap. Plus got it on the tee, and the kick is good. Up and through for Callum Muldoon. Another short kickoff as they try to stay away from Elliott Washington. This is Wilder, and Lakeland is down there in a hurry. That was Romalis Risen, backup linebacker, flying down on special teams.
We've seen number 9, Brooks Bentley, have a number of times his number called to run it, but it hasn't gone well for Venice as of yet.
Jamaris Wilder looking for space, and all he runs into is a big number 5 jersey. Bentley under pressure, and he's going to be sacked for the 5th time.
They are literally not running any pass routes for him.
3rd down and 12. Bentley down the seam, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Ryan Matulovic had a chance at it off the deflection, but it falls to the ground.
Here's the punt.
Best kick so far by Kotov, and it's getting better.
That's twice as far as his best one. That really changed the field right there.
57-yard punt by Kotov. So efficient on offense last year and throughout the playoffs. They're trying to win a 4th championship, trying to go back-to-back. And Lakeland looking for title number 8, all of them under Bill Castle.
A false start by the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
What he's done at Lakeland surpassed Corky Rogers, the legendary Bulls coach for most victories in state history. Once had a 60-game winning streak and a couple of national titles. At 77, he doesn't show any signs of slowing down, hasn't given any indication that he wants to slow down.
Yeah, I don't think that part matters to him. That is something you definitely can't count on. Something great coming out of there. You want to make sure they can move this ball out if they can. They'll have a long 3rd down situation.
Eli Seed stands up to Norris Johnson at the 16. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 or 12, depending on where they put this down.
End of the quarter.
And Lakeland will take the quarter break to think about what they want to do. 1 touchdown in that 3rd period. It was scored by the Dreadnoughts. A run by Zach Plus. And as we head to the final 12 minutes here in Fort Lauderdale, it is Lakeland 21, Venice 14. Start the 4th quarter with Lakeland facing 3rd down and 12.
Remember not long ago, Elliott Washington went down with a back injury. They're going to throw it to the low side. I was thinking throw it against a guy that hurt his back to your best receiver to the top of the screen. Just a little bit off target, and they'll punt the ball away.
Just do get it snapped. It's a low kick. Keon Sears catches it on the run and steps out of bounds at the 40. Good play by Keon Sears. Only 89 yards of offense for Venice. Alvin Johnson run starts this drive. And a similar result to what we've seen. Venice going backwards in the run game.
Larry Jones having himself a game. That was a group of Lakeland Dreadnoughts pulling him back, but he finishes it off. They get him here. He wasn't the first one there, but watch him continue to pull him back. Only a 2-yard loss.
3rd tackle for loss by Larry Jones. Bill Castle said he's been their best defensive lineman.
He's been their best defensive lineman today.
Wilder lines up as a Wildcat quarterback, and they hand it off to Alvin Johnson. Venice with a little trickery, and it's going nowhere.
3rd and 15.
Lakeland's defensive line just dominating the game right now. Bentley going down again. Larry Jones, the first player there, and it's the 7th sack for this Lakeland defense.
And the receivers are locked down. There's nowhere for him to throw. I mean, he can take a chance with what he's got going on, but they're not open. Their guys are right on their backs, and Bentley has had nowhere to get rid of the ball this whole second half.
High end-over-end kick from Kotov. Fair catch made at the 15 by Tyler Williams. Number 10 to the bottom of your screen on 1st and 10. And Plus finds him. Ushered out of bounds here in the final 9:45. Their defense already has enough points to win the game. Impressive run by Demarius Rucker, weaving his way through the defense and all the way out to the 47. That is a 28-yard burst
Lakeland has been doing this for years.
We're on a counter this time with Rucker. And a flag is thrown. Carter Dalton was in the backfield for Venice. And this will back Lakeland up.
And that's really the only thing that can hurt them right now. Just making it hard on yourself for 20 yards. This one was right at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be almost exactly 20 yards.
Holding by the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Anytime it's a one-score game, anything can happen. Plouffe with a play fake. Has to get away from Damon Wilson. Great work as Wilson pushes him out of bounds into the Venice bench after what turns into about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Just a fantastic game. Does a nice job directing traffic. Very close to being too far out of bounds, but no call.
Lakeland has scored the last 14 points in the game to take the lead. Plouffe with a play fake. Zips it in, but Zipperer couldn't hold it. Lakeland 3 of 10 on third down. They need 14 here. Down the middle, a wide open man. Omari Mixon, the ball comes free. Elliott Washington jarred it loose. And he returns it up to the 43-yard line. Second takeaway for Elliott Washington.
Wow, did not carry the tight end. Call it 4 wide receivers, call it what you want. Omari Mixon is normally their tight end. You see it right there at the right side of the screen. They don't carry it at all. I don't know what he's looking at, but the fumble gives the Indians life here at the 44-yard line. Perfect play call, perfect execution, right on the receiver. And that star defensive back Washington makes the play of the game.
Didn't have more than 2 catches in any game this year. Didn't have more than 26 yards in any game this year.
Washington hurt his back a few moments ago. There he is back in the game, making a big-time play for his team, giving his team a chance.
There goes Jamaris Wilder.
Haven't had any space to run whatsoever.
Bentley down the middle. It's dropped by Sears. Wilder again breaks free. Out of bounds at the 20. Robert Riley there to take him out for Lakeland. The biggest run play of the game for Venice.
Yeah, they just haven't seen this kind of look at 61, clear that out. Matthew Peevely, the right guard, comes across and just clears it out. Huge hole for Wilder to run through.
A gain of 26. Right back to him, and this time he is wrestled down with the ball out. The officials say he was down.
Ooh.
Bentley on third down, incomplete. That landed right in between Sears and Matulovic.
Sears fell down, so I think it was supposed to hit him in the slot.
4th down and 6 for Venice. Pass on what would be a 32-yard field
Look at
goal
McLean
attempt.
at the top of the screen. He doesn't know what the call is. Double reverse.
Sears looked like he wanted to throw it to Bentley. Sears going to try and get there himself, and he does.
I think he did by about a half a yard.
It'll depend on the spot.
Oh, they're moving back. I think they looked initially like they were going to give it to him, and I think they're going to be short. Let's take a look. The reason he took his gloves off was so that he could throw a pass. That's what that was about. And you know what? I actually think it's a very good spot, and it should be short. We have to see it again. It's too critical. And Austin's actually questioning me. I saw his knee hit the ground.
It's a healthy disagreement. I want our viewers to make sure
we have to come back and do one more. We got 3 more hours of this stuff.
Incredibly difficult to spot. Lakeland ends up getting the ball back. And there goes Denoris Johnson again. Johnson being escorted up the near sideline until he's finally banged down by Jaquavius Washington. And Johnson is up to 89 yards on 14 carries. Our final game is At 7 p.m. tonight, Apopka and Columbus in the 4M championship game as Denoris Johnson breaks off another chunk run.
Takes all 11 guys together to bring down these Lakeland Dreadnought runners.
Lakeland feeding Johnson right now with good reason. Except for a couple of runs on that last drive. Johnson's got it again, his 5th consecutive carry. Clock rapidly becoming a factor as we're now approaching 4.5 to go. It'll be Markel Johnson straight ahead, and he's going to have enough, it would appear, close based on where they spotted it. He has been the short yardage specialist, and the officials will call for a measurement.
I believe he's going to put it on the stripe, and it's going to be a first down. Let's take a look. Just moments ago, Amari Mixon had a pass play where Elliott Washington knocked that ball out.
False start by the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Both teams have had their chances. The defense got the ball back for Venice moments ago and weren't able to capitalize. It's 1st and 15. No better time than the present.
Lakeland trying to spread out that defense. It's another carry for Denoris Johnson. Colin Adkins made contact right at the line. That slowed Johnson down a bit.
I think they're going to keep it on the ground.
And pretty much exclusively Denoris Johnson. That's the case again. Colin Adkins gets there. Johnson looking for a flag. Officials shake that off. And here we go. 3rd down. And this is effectively the game if Venice doesn't get a stop.
Agreed. Don't expect the referees to pull out a flag unless it's an egregious error, one side or the other. Here's something odd going on.
I bet you'd have said that before 3rd and 10 in the Mainland game yesterday too, though.
What happened?
The holding call against Mainland on the 3rd and 10 pass with 2 minutes to go.
Dude, I've done so many football games I can't remember what you're talking about. I was thinking about the pass interference that went over the head. Remember the ball that went over the head on the slant and they called pass interference? 15 yards, that ended the game right there.
They ran
First
a
down.
jet with Joel Velasquez, and it's going to be a face mask penalty against Colin Adkins. Tried to reach his hand out after it got in there, but the official saw it.
Personal foul, face mask by the defense. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Results in a first down.
With 2:04 to go, that's going to put it away. And so as long as Lakeland doesn't put it on the ground here, they have secured an undefeated season and another state title. A little bit of a stumble there with a flag down.
Oh, just the oddest thing ever. Dater Zipperers standing out there, moving his feet, walking around. They're going to take a illegal procedure penalty.
If Lakeland would have just taken a knee,
yeah,
the game would have been over.
Yeah, there's no need for what they're doing.
Well, now they said that the clock would start on the snap, but the clock is running, which is not correct. So the officials now see it, and
all the referees are running back. Yeah, they need to fix that. Decline the penalty. Should have just been a 5-yard penalty against the offense.
Johnson spins his way down to the 7. Now Venice is going to burn their timeout. So again, because of the penalty against Lakeland, there's now still some hope for Venice. If you figure Lakeland runs it here, about 50 seconds.
When to take timeouts, how to manage the clock.
Got to stay in bounds. Reaches it. That's going to be just shy of a first down, 4th down. And the play clock now down under 6. Here's Plus. Hands it off. And that's going to be a first down for Markel Johnson. And that's going to put the game away.
Well,
now a flag down at the end.
Should be a dead ball foul. So if it were to go against Lakeland, it would be a first down, and then they would move it back to the 15-yard line. If it goes against Venice, it would just move it a couple of inches forward, but it would be first down and goal to go for Lakeland.
Janoris Wilson is the injured Dreadnought player. Right tackle headed to play at Oregon.
The result of the play is a first down for Lakeland. After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness by the defense. The penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, we should give credit where credit's due. Those running backs don't get through the line by themselves. Caleb Stokes, Siobhan Hibbert, and Melvin Robinson specifically on that left-hand side. Darian Anderson and Janoris Wilson on the right-hand side have been the keys to the offense. But those fullback dive left has really been the key on fourth downs over and over and over.
Plus takes the snap, takes a knee, and that'll do it. 77-year-old Bill Castle has led his team to the promised land once again, and it's an undefeated state championship for Lakeland.
I think Bill Castle just told all the fans in Lakeland to storm the field. 8-1, Coach Castle in state championship games. The running game for Bill Castle was the key and the answer. The lack of a passing game for Venice just never got anything going through the air.
Well, you think about this Venice offense, they averaged more than 50 points per game in their playoff wins, and they put up big numbers, 35 or more in every game. Today it was 14, and one of those was a short field early in the game. Venice only had 127 yards of offense, so the run game and a dominating D was the formula for Coach Castle.
I'll tell you what, and another thing besides that running game, Zach Plus, the quarterback, he played the game of his life. That was something special to watch, just making plays sometimes when there was nothing there to be made, and ended up getting something going. I just was really, really impressed with Zach Plus today.
Bill Castle's first title was in 1986. And now in 2022, he's got his 8th, 36 years later. An incredible run. And how about the way it plays out for Polk County? Lake Wales, undefeated state champion yesterday. Lakeland, undefeated state champion today.
Wearing the same color jerseys and uniforms. Very impressive. Both teams. Just fun to watch. This is just such a treat for us to come here and watch good football again. One team's always disappointed and one team is jubilant. But, man, we've just been watching some high-level football. And there's a guy that's just been doing it for so long and just the best.